welcome to this month's edition of Sound and Communications Viewpoint. My name is Jay Armand, President and COO of Advanced Audiovisual Sales in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Today I'm joined by Mike White, President and CEO of Multimedia Solutions in Knoxville, Tennessee. Today Mike and I are going to be discussing the C word, the convergence world of IT and AV. Mike, let's start off with what's the definition of convergence?
Well, convergence is where two unique entities meet, bond, merge together. In this case, IT having to do with the delivery of bytes and bits to between devices, and AV where we're more concerned with how it sounds and how it looks.
Would you say that the biggest discrepancies between the two industries, when they are separate, is IT is involved in the transportation of data, and AV is involved in the communications of that data?
Yeah, it's and really the mentality, the way that each of the professionals actually think are very different. The IT guy tends to be more of a get it done type of person, and an AV person tends to be really focused on not only getting it done, but how it looks and feels as they're getting it done.
It's almost like the backgrounds of these two disciplines or come out of different stews, where you've got digital people who deals with ones and zeros and video people that deal with grayscale. And sometimes to get the two to merge together, it's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, it's almost like it's been referred to in other articles that IT is more of a digital world, and the AV side of things is more of an analog world. IT is clearly the more mature, the more established, got their own SIC codes. AV, a relatively new and emerging discipline, and one that's it's gaining its momentum, but they're clearly merged now.
We've been talking about convergence, almost as long as I've been in the industry. What do you think the state of convergence is today?
Well, and I think that some of the information that I read indicated that really the start of the IT convergence started, the IT-AV convergence started in around 2000, where most of the manufacturers recognized the needs or started implementing connectivity on their devices. But probably in 2005, somewhere in that range, there were better than 80% of the devices out there produced in the AV world that were connected in some way to the network.
So I'm an AV guy, and I see a light coming in the tunnel. What is it?
It's a train. It is going to absolutely derail an AV integrator that doesn't recognize the real and powerful influence of IT on our future. I'll go as far as saying that if we're not proactive and put ourselves in a position of being reactive, dealers will find themselves they'll find themselves without the ability to even react to job opportunities, because it will require that IT capability.
How do you think that an AV dealer can get these types of skills to their people?
Well, the good thing about the IT AV environment is that in the AV world, there are many established ways in which you can gain access to the IT information. There's schools, many of the community colleges and such have very well-defined IT courses. On the AV side, that's not quite as easy. You can't find very many community colleges or public courses for that. So from the standpoint of answering that question, IT information can be made readily available to an AV professional through a lot of schools. It's not quite as easy for the reciprocal to take place.
Yeah, we've, and I know in my organization we've certainly run into problems overcoming the hurdles and the challenges of getting AV-centric solutions to work in in an IT environment. What are
well,
some of
you know, that really brings up to point something that's very, very important. That is that if a person that is the AV integrator, if they don't recognize the impact that IT integration is going to have on their job, meaning that they didn't account for, engineer, project manage, time associated with the connectivity of the network, the idea of how they're going to work with the firewall in a video teleconferencing environment, what ports have got to be open. If they don't take that into account, it will impact their bottom line. So it's a major challenge.
It certainly is. And we need to take a quick break right now. And when Mike and I come back after we pay the bills, we're going to talk about the not on my network syndrome and some ways that we can address that. Thank you.